In example 4, we're answering the question, what does the point 240 represent in context? So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just record the point 240. We're not finding the unit rate, we're not writing an equation, all we're doing is we're explaining the meaning of this point. That's all we have to do. So I'm going to find this point 240 on the graph. I'm going to label my x-axis and I will label my y-axis, and then I'm going to try to figure out what the 2 is, and the 2 is x, and then the 40 is y. And then I also need to label x as games and y as points. So I'm going to go over to the typing tool. X is games, so I'll type that first, and then y is points. Once I have that written, I'm ready to write my sentence. All I need to do in my sentence is somewhere in there write 2 games, and somewhere in my sentence write 40 points. Now, this is not more specific than telling me games and points. It's not telling me if it's a basketball game, or a board game, or a soccer game. It's not telling me extra information, so that part you can be creative with. So maybe I'm going to write LeBron James, oops, that should be capitalized, scored 40 points in 2 games. Now, that probably wouldn't really make sense for LeBron because 40 points every 2 games, that'd be 20 points per game, but just go with it. You can write whatever you want. I could have been very non-specific and just said, I scored 40 points in 2 games. What you have to make sure that you write is 40 points, so 40 points, and then the 2 in the games. And as long as you have those 2 things in the sentence, then you're explaining the meaning of this point in context. This point is meaning that 2 games have been played and 40 points were scored.